Microphone test. Microphone test. Okay, I think we're ready to get started. Good morning. Sometimes, right before I start teaching at home, I think, oh, I've got to grab my mask because I'm going out in public. And then I'm reminded that I'm still home and we are together, but I'm here, so I don't need a mask, nor do you. So that's one of the benefits of practicing from afar, is that we can come together in our own homes very, very, very safely. So thank you for being here. I will let you know that anyone that's local to the Bay Area, that I am continuing this week to teach beach yoga at Seabright Beach at 9 a.m. Pre-registration required. So I will have those links available on my Facebook page. If anyone is interested in distanced, local, real live practice together, it's been insanely fun. Like, so insanely fun. I dare say the best yoga classes I've ever gotten to teach. I think absence makes the heart grow fonder. And so that's been really amazing. So you're all welcome to come. It is socially distant and just beautiful. It feels like being on vacation, actually. So join me if you would for beach yoga on Saturday. And we'll continue to do these practices and my weekly Zoom classes via Breathe Together Yoga, which is a studio that I teach at located out of Los Gatos, California, but you can actually practice with us from anywhere. We are 100% online right now, and it's a wonderful community. So, you know, it's supported me as I do my private medical practice through the studio, and also some of my teacher trainings and more advanced certification trainings there. So it's a great place to connect live in Zoom world. So anyway, much ado about all the things going on. Thank you so much for being here and practicing on Facebook. Please do, and on YouTube, please do invite, as you would, your friends and family at any point. So anyone that's looking to get into yoga, you know, it's a great opportunity that we can practice together easily here. So without much more ado, let's begin. So find your comfortable seat and take a tall spine. The word asana, or yoga posture, loosely translated means simply to find a seat or a seat. So find a comfortable seat. It could be cross-legged, it could be kneeling, it could be sitting on the side of the bed or the couch. Let's tune into our breath. So deep and full inhale. As we inhale, let the spine lengthen upward. As we exhale, let the shoulders and the thighs drop down. keeping that tall spine. And then again, inhale, we lengthen the spine, lengthen up through the crown. As we exhale, let the skin and the shoulders soften and release. Good, and do that a few more times. Like your tree, just growing mindfully upward with each inhalation. With the exhale, we let the breath expand outward. We release tension and holding in the joints, the skin, and the muscles. Coming into the breath. With an attitude of ease and grace in the whole being. In the skeletal structure, and the internal organs, and the tissues of the muscles, the skin, the ligaments, and even the space between those tissues that exists within the body. Inviting ease into the being. And the breath is like the gentle breeze that blows the dust away. Good, and then let's begin together with 3 rounds of breath into sound of Om. Inhale completely. Exhale everything out. Inhale, take the arms up. Inhale. I invite us today to find an expansiveness across the center of the chest. So to exaggerate that, let's take the pinky fingers to touch and the thumbs to touch, and then open out your palms like so. And then set that right at the center of the chest. Drop the shoulders, drop the elbows down, and simply breathe here into this mudra at the heart. Placing the hands in this energetic space of openness, receptivity. The hands like a flower waiting for the bee to come by. Good. And then let's take the arms forward, palms up. Inhale and wide. Exhale, hands come back to the heart. Inhale forward and wide. Fingers reach away. Exhale back to the heart. Good. And then continue at your pace. Last round seated. Good. Inhale, let's take both arms out and up. And let's go up and over to the left. Right hand comes down. Inhale, turn the chest up towards the sky. Exhale, fold in towards the mat a little. Inhale, lift, open. Exhale, turn in, reaching the fingertips away. Inhale, open. Exhale, turn in. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, release. Rise up to center. Take another full breath. Exhale, release it over to the other side. Inhale, open chest. Exhale, turn in a little. We're just opening and closing like the iris flowers kind of do in my yard. Inhale, opening to the sun in the morning. Exhale, closing down with the breath towards earth. Good. Just in and out with your breath. Fingers reach away. Check in with the shoulder. Make sure the upper arm is comfortable in the shoulder joint. You can always kind of fold in a little more there. Good. One more round. Practicing that opening and closing. And then we rise back to center. Take a full inhale here. And exhale, hands come to the heart. Nicely done. Beautiful. Let's come on to hands and knees. Come forward. And then on to hands and knees. Release any props that you have off to the side. We may use them later. And on hands and knees, let's go ahead and walk the hands forward and walk the knees back. So we come into a puppy pose. If you have your two blocks, you might even place your hands on two blocks out in front, or two Harry Potter books will work just fine. And then release the hips back. Let the forehead come down towards the mat. And then we'll do the same thing here. Inhale, lift the kidneys up a little. Exhale, melt down. Check in with the shoulder health. If it feels like too much, you can go wider with the arms or a little less pressure. Inhale, lift. Exhale, melting. Good. Movement matches your breath. Good. Last round. Sustain the melting heart. Good. And then let's come up to all fours. We might walk the blocks in a little bit. Keep the right hand on the block. Let's take the left arm, reach out and up. And exhale the left shoulder and ear through. And then we'll take, I'm going to walk the hips forward a little bit so my thigh bones stay vertical. And then I actually move that block a little too close, walking the block forward and resting that right palm on it for a twist. Here, the movement's a little more subtle. We inhale, turn the chest. Exhale, melt towards the earth a little. Inhale, turn. Exhale, melt. Good. Movement links your breath. Inviting all the small, intricate muscles of the rib cage to work with us here, the intercostals. Good. Now let's walk that right hand in, maybe off the block, and rise up. Good. And let's take second side. Right arm goes out to the side. Exhale, that shoulder and ear comes through. Left hand comes to the block. Thigh bones vertical. It's easy for the hips to start to move back here. See if you can keep the hips right over the knees. And then the inhale, we open a little, and exhale, melt in. 1 or 2 more breaths. Good. Walk the left hand in. Let's inhale, rise up. Release. Nicely done. Let's go ahead and start to shimmy the hips a little bit, side to side, wagging the tail a bit. Good. And now let's pendulum those hips around to the side and back and around to the other side. You might tuck the toes forward to get a nice toe stretch. Really getting into the side of the hips. Side of the hips, side of the shoulders are like banks of a river, as my friend Kenny says. I really like that analogy. Really holding the body and allowing the body to move in the pivot plane to the side. Good. Go one more each side here. And then come back to neutral. Let's go ahead and swing the right knee forward. Take the left knee behind that and take your feet wide out to the sides. Let's take an inhale and exhale. Just move the hips a little to the left. Look over the right shoulder. And then come back to center. Move the hips a little to the right. Look over the left shoulder. Just kind of getting curious about the side body here. And then go tick-tocking. Ha ha. That's a thing these days. Tick-tock side to side with your breath. So we often think of the front and back movements as opening up the spine, but here the lateral movement also allows for the opening of the spine. Then come to center. Let's release the hips back between the heels. Walk the upper body forward, melting the heart forward towards the knee. You might shimmy the hips so far back that they hit the mat, or maybe they stay floating. Good. Look forward and then inhale, come up. Let's release, unwind. Left knee in front, right knee behind. We'll again walk the up hands forward and then tick-tocking to the left. Look over the right shoulder, center, and right. And then gently moving between those two actions, right and left a couple times. Curiously investigating the side body today. Getting into the outer banks of the hips. Good. And then from here, let's melt the heart forward as we take the hips back, pelvis back. Long stretch through the spine. So it's easy to want to curl in. We might do that occasionally, but for now, as we warm up, can we have a lifted, like a bit of a lift through the upper body and the chest? As the hip pelvis releases back, the heart moves forward. Maybe the pelvis releases back so much that the glutes touch down to the earth. Maybe they're floating. Good. Let's inhale, release, rise up to center, unwind. And let's tuck the toes and set the hands and the feet for downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. We lift the hips up and back. Good. Feet are parallel, hips distance apart. Now go ahead and activate both the strength of the legs and the intention of the hands pressing forward And lift the pelvis up and back, long extended spine. Full deep breath, unwinding here into this neutral dog position. Good. And then let's walk the hands a little farther forward. Longer in our dog. Inhale, we lift the heels, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower knees, heart and chin to the mat. Hips stay up. Press down through the mat and then inhale up to that position we started in. Exhale, lower halfway down or hips and heart down. I said that wrong. Chin and heart down. Inhale, lift up, hips stay up. Go ahead and do one more. Exhale, hold, 3, 2, 1. Release the pelvis and hips down. Rest the forehead. Release the toes back behind us. Inhale, let's rise up to cobra. Exhale, forward and down. Good. Pinky toes into the mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward and down. One more. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, tuck the toes, release the hips towards the heels. Extended child's pose. Now pressing the hands forward, lift the knees up, and then transition back into a dog pose. Nicely done. Check in again here. How's the spine feel after that first cycle? End of this breath. Bend the knees, look past the hands, step walk or float forward between the hands. Let's let the upper body hang. So go ahead and take a prop out in front or fingertips merely to the mat out in front and transfer weight forward onto the balls of the feet. And then let the upper body melt forward as like a waterfall. Really high waterfall. The pelvis lifts up and the spine releases down. Like that water flowing over the rock. Good. Now bend the knees. Keep that waterfall action through the spine. We don't do this one as much in my class, but we'll roll up. So nice and generous bend of the knees. Roll up to standing. See if you can keep the neck soft till the last moment. And the head and neck come up last. Good. And we find our standing pose. Nice. Welcoming the morning with the standing pose. So we unfurled the spine. And here, let's just mindfully take the shoulder heads back. And then as we do that, draw the navel back. Root the heels down. And then release the crown of the head like the growing branch of the tree up towards the sky. Tadasana, mountain pose. Beautiful. Let's inhale, take the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, out and down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, we'll step the left foot back to lunge. Let's lower the back knee down today. Release the back toes. Release the arms back behind us. Palms face up. Good. So those shoulder blades are what we call retraction down the back here. And then let's inhale, lift the chest and reach the arms up. Keep the pelvis low, the hips low. Exhale, we'll come forward and reach back. Good. Inhale, reach high, open chest. Exhale with our breath. Forward and reach. Good. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale. Nice. Last one. Inhale, we rise up. Now let's interlace the fingers behind the head. Pull the elbows back. And then inhale, pull the elbows back, lift your heart. Exhale, round, tuck the elbows in together. Inhale, open, widen. Exhale, drawing in. Good. Movement links with your breath, in and out. Beautiful. Last one. Inhale, go wide. Exhale, let's turn to the right. Keep the elbows wide. Breathe here. Keep the hips moving low. Inhale, come back to center. Release both arms high. Exhale, both hands down to the mat. Simply step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift both heels, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Push up. Inhale, forward and up, upward dog. Lift the chest. Now press down through the arms here. And then retract the shoulder blades again. Lift your chest. Full deep breath. Beautiful. I know you got it. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Finding our breath here. Connecting the dots of our breath. End of the next exhale, bend the knees, look past the hands, step, walk, or float forward between the hands. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, fold and step the right foot. Nice, generous step back, lower the back knee down, release the toes. Good, arms reach back, palms up, shoulder blades are retracted down. Inhale, we rise up, link movement to breath. Exhale. Now go on your pace. In and out with breath. Each day will feel a little different in the practice. So sometimes we've got body parts that are talking to us a little bit more. I've definitely been working with some body issues, some pain, different areas lately. And every day I need to check in and be like, well, what's going on today and what works and what doesn't? Good. Last one. What can we work on? Good. Pause here with the lift. Then interlace the fingers behind the head. Inhale, pull those elbows back. Exhale, we round, elbows touch towards each other. Good. Move with your breath. In and out. Stabilize across the foot by pressing the top of the foot down towards the earth. Good. One more breath here. In and out. And then we'll inhale, go wide with the elbows. And we'll take the right elbow forward, turn the chest towards the left. Inhale, come through center, release both arms, down to the mat, lift the back knee, step back, downward facing dog. Exhalation. End of the next breath. Bend the knee, look past the hands. Step, walk, or float forward between the hands. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, long spine, rise up, Urdhva, reach. Exhale, Samasthiti, equal standing pose. Find your standing pose, equally centered. Beautiful. Let's take a flow here. Full deep inhale. Exhale, bend both knees. Set the hips back. Inhale, take the arms forward and up. Exhale, fold forward, out, and down. Like a waterfall, find that moment. Inhale to lengthen, lift. Exhale, step, walk, or float back to plank pose and lower through. Inhale, lift the heart, open the chest, press down, retract shoulder blades. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Let's inhale, take the big toes to touch and send the right leg up and back to three-legged dog. Lift that leg as high as we can while keeping the pelvis neutral. So the hips don't lift here necessarily. The toes stay facing down. Good. Activate both sides of the waist, both side bodies, all the banks of the river drawing in. Inhale here. Exhale. Let's take the right knee, come forward, kiss the knee. Inhale, lift it up and back. Exhale. Can we take the right knee all the way up into the right side of the armpit? Touch your tricep high. Inhale, go up and back. Exhale, right to the left. Point the toes. Take the right knee towards the left elbow. Inhale, go high. And exhale, step the right foot forward. Let the back heel come down. Let's rise up to warrior one. Nice deep bend in the front knee. Press the top of this right foot down, almost like it's got saran wrap down onto the mat. It's stuck onto the mat. And then reach up through that strength of the earth supporting us like a rebound all the way up the spine. On your fifth exhalation, we'll release the hands back to the foot, back to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Exhale. Good. Let's inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower halfway down through chaturanga. Inhale, forward and up. Roll over the toes. Open the chest. Beautiful. Exhale, downward facing dog. Second side. Inhale, let's send the left leg up and back. Again, keep the hips level. You might walk the hands, shorten this pose a little bit. Both sides reaching back, side body really long. Index fingers pressing, heel pressing down. Inhale here, exhale, come forward. Kiss the knee. Inhale, lift it up and back. Exhale all the way into the armpit. Go high to the left. Inhale, go up. Exhale, come across. Go to the right. Go high up that elbow. Good. Inhale, lift. And exhale, we come through. Step to the left thumb. Back heel comes down. Inhale, we rise up. Warrior one, finding the stability in both feet. So this outer bank of the right hip draws forward here. We bend both knees and we lift the chest up. So we see how in this particular pose we start to feel the relationship between the hips, finding space, and the heart opening. Breathe, breathe. Now the shoulder blades are not doing the retraction here. They're actually lifting up. Next exhale, fifth exhale or so. Release both hands down. Step back to plank pose. And then downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, let's come forward to plank. Walk the feet back a little perhaps. Draw the navel in, push the inner line of the heels back. So it's often that we'll lock the elbows out a little bit in the plank pose just to get more stability, but see if you can micro bend your elbows. And then at the same time, draw the navel back. Push the inner line of the heels back. Could we hold here for 2 minutes? I won't make us do it right now, but could we? Just ask the question. Take a full breath in, puff the kidneys up towards the sky. As we exhale, melt the heart down slowly. Inhale, forward and up, roll over the toes. Full deep inhale. Roll your shoulders back and lift your heart a little more. Good. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Actively press through the palms. Full deep inhale, full deep exhale. So we really arrive at each and every moment with the breath and we check in. How's the pose now as opposed to how it was 5 minutes ago even? Good. At the end of your next breath, bend the knees, look past the hands, step, walk, or flip forward between the hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Be like the waterfall. Bend both knees, Utkatasana chair. Rise up. We used to do these, we call them wall sits, right? Sit down, draw the navel in, reach up. Sit a little lower. Back then you had a wall to put your tush against. But here, just floating in space, sit low, reach arms up. Good. Inhale, let's stand tall. Open the chest. Exhale, hands to prayer. Good. Then we'll step the feet wide apart. Let's do heels in, toes out. Goddess stance. Nice deep bend in the knee. Now we'll come back to the mudra we began with. So pinky fingers touch, thumbs touch, hands to the heart. Rest of the fingers open wide. Good. Breathe here. So check in with your knees. You want a good alignment of the knees with the rest of your foot and your toes and ankles. So you can move your feet, but the knees have this limiting factor of the hips. So move your feet if you need to adjust. Good. Breathe, breathe. And then let's do this with breath. We inhale, come forward, and then reach wide. Exhale, hands to the heart. Pinkies, thumbs touch. Good. We inhale, forward and wide. Exhale. And if you want to test your breath here, do it in and out through the mouth. Ocean sounding breath. If you're more a Star Wars person, Darth Vader sounding breath. Your choice. Good. Can we do 3 more? Once you have that full breath, do it through the nose. Good. Go ahead and release. Straighten the knees. Turn the legs to parallel. Inhale, take both arms, reach wide. Toes in a little bit, heels out a little bit here, please. Exhale, let's take both arms behind the back. Hold opposite elbows or interlace the fingers. Inhale, lift the top chest, gaze up. Exhale, lengthen, cascade the body forward and down. Let the upper body hang over those thighs. Here's another nice place for retraction of the shoulder blades. They come down the back a little bit. If you had nice long earrings on, they'd hang towards the floor here. Like Ganesh, the elephant god, he wears these earrings hanging towards the floor. Thigh bones move away from the midline to make space for your spine. Good. Inhale, lift the head and rise the body up. Beautiful. Let's keep the feet wide and turn right heel in, right toes out. If it's possible, keep the arms behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest, so reach back towards the left hand. And then exhale, draw the body forward into triangle with the arms behind the back. It's an invitation to do less work with the upper body and notice what's going on in the hips and how that manifests into the chest and the heart. Check in with your right knee again here, front knee. You want that thigh supporting the knee, being over the middle of the toes. So there's no joint that's doing too much. As you start to feel the opening here, you might go down a little bit further. Now release the arms. Spread your wings wide. Good. Let's inhale, open the chest a little more, look up, and rise up. Beautiful. Turn the legs to parallel. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Switch which index fingers on top. Heel toe, left heel in, left toes out. Good. And then establish that triangle position. So left thigh is the one that's really opening up. You want to make sure that left inner knee is supported in this pose with that action. And then inhale, lift back a little bit towards your right hand. And then exhale, lengthen the body forward over the front foot. Good. We're turning the chest. So you might go in really with ease here, not going very far down. This can be quite challenging without the arms. Let the hip, the movement of this lower hip in the socket, make the space for your spine to move. Good. One or two more breaths here. Maybe let the spine move down a little. Beautiful. And then release the arms wide. Inhale, open the chest a little, gaze up. And inhale, we rise up to center. Nicely done. Turn the legs to parallel. Bend the knees a little. Step or jump the feet together, hands to the heart. Beautiful. And then step or jump the feet apart. Let's do right side again for warrior two, please. Right heel in, right toes out. Inhale, level the hips here. So the waist is level, arms reach wide, and then bend the front knee. Now you notice my front knee starts coming a little further forward than the ankle. I'm going to walk the feet wider if that happens. For my body, that feels supportive. And then still the thigh bones are opening here. Arms reach. Good. Gaze over the extended front hand. Inhale, exhale, left hand comes down the thigh. Let's take the right arm up and back. And then let's move with breath. So turn the chest towards the back toes. Exhale. Inhale, turn the chest up towards the sky. Let's move with our breath in and out a couple times there. Good. And then inhale, come up to center. Exhale, take that front arm and reach forward. Go in front of the right knee. Take the back arm all the way behind the back here. Turn the palm away and lift your chest. Good. We might stay with this or find the bind, lower arm coming through, underneath. Gaze goes up. Good. And then even here, we inhale, lift the chest a little. Exhale, turn in towards the right big toe. Inhale, lift up a little. Exhale, turn in. One more. Inhale, lift up a little. Good. And release. Rise all the way up. Same breath. Straighten the front knee. Beautiful. Legs go to parallel. Heel toe for second side. Inhale, arms wide. Waist levels. Bend the front knee. Notice how far you want that foot to come forward. Then take the arms wide. Drop shoulders. Good. Gaze goes forward. Finding that warrior two. Steady ease here. Inhale, reach a little forward. Exhale, take it to a reverse. Up and back. Inhale, lift the heart a little more. Exhale, turn in towards the back toes. Then do that a couple times. Move the chest. Move the chest. Keep the hips stable in the pose. Good. Inhale. Exhale, come forward. Left hand goes down. Maybe left elbow goes to the knee would be the nice modification. Top arm comes behind the back. Turn the palm away. Find your chest lifting. Good. You might stay with this. This is like plenty. You might be using a block for that lower hand. Or we might reach around underneath, find a bit of a bind. And then we'll inhale, lift chest. Exhale, turn in. Good. And it's movement to your breath and in your range of motion. Good. One or two more breaths. Inhale, turn the chest up. And release the arms. Whoo-wee. Exhale, both hands come down. This time, step back. Downward facing dog. You got this. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Point the toes. Inhale, come up to back bend. Exhale, release forward and down. Good. Let's take both arms by the sides of the body. Turn the palms face down. And inhale, lift your legs. And lift your chest and head. Pelvis down. Breathe, breathe. Exhale, release the forehead down. Rest. Second set, interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the legs. Even lift the front low ribs a little bit. Finding the breath. Gaze might lift. Beautiful. Bend the knees. See about reaching back, finding the feet. If you find the feet, first just draw the heels in towards the glutes. And then start to kick the shins back and lift your heart. Lift your gaze. Kick up. Shins move back. Exhale, release. Look to one side. Good. Release both hands to the mat. Let's press to all fours. Good, and then we'll come all the way around and swing the legs out front. Let's grab your 2 blocks if you've got the 2 blocks. Place the blocks where they'll end up under the feet. Okay, so if you have 2 blocks, use 2 blocks. If you don't, no worries, use the floor. 2 blocks under the feet, and then move your pelvis towards the heels a little bit, and then let's lie on down. So we're setting up for bridge pose here. This bridge pose will be with the blocks under the feet. Okay, so we're here, maybe scooch in a little bit more. Good, let's take the elbows by the sides like Lego person arms. Those Lego person arms, fingers are face up, and then press your triceps down. And then press your inner heels down, and then lift the hips up. Bridge pose. Simply notice what is. It's basically like we just got 2.5 extra inches out of these blocks. Let's see how that feels. Good, and then slowly take the arms up overhead and slowly roll the spine down, just like it's a bicycle chain rolling over the cogs. Good. Pause. Beautiful. Second set for bridge. Inhale, we press into the heels and just let the spine lift up. Good. This time let's interlace the fingers behind the back and walk up onto the outer upper arm bones. Lift your chest into your chin, but the chin does not lift into the chest. It's like that one-sided love affair where someone's super dedicated and that is the heart moving forward. But the chin is like, nope, I'm a little avoidant. So lift the chin, and the chin doesn't want to participate. Good. Lift up. Breathe, breathe. Good. And then let's draw the right knee into the chest. And then kick that right foot up towards the sky. Breathe here. Right foot goes gently back down. Lift evenly. Lift the chin away from the chest again. Heart goes forward. Good. Left knee comes into the chest. And then left foot goes up to the sky. Breathe, breathe. Good. Release that left foot down. Evenly lift. Release the arms up overhead. And roll the spine down, one vertebrae at a time. Good. Pause, feel. Good. And then here, we might do that once again. Or we might add the arm movement, taking the arms up to the sky, bending the elbows, placing the hands for what we call wheel pose, placing the fingers facing towards the hips, and then elbows in, shoulders retreat down the back, as we've worked on a few times today, but elbows in, shoulders down the back. Good, and then lift your hips. Reestablish elbows in, shoulders down the back. Then press into the hands, lift up onto the crown, and then all the way up into wheel. Wheel or bridge, you decide. Heart lifts up, heels press down. Breathe, breathe. Release on down to the back of the head. When you're ready, lower the hips. Release the arms. Beautiful. Nice morning practice. You might take one more set of a wheel or a bridge. You might decide you've had enough wheel or bridge and you'd like to sit and rest right where you are. Your choice. When you're ready, do that. 5 to 10 breaths. No pressure. Do what makes your body happy. When you release down from that for where you came, rest, pause, feel. We'll take the 2 feet together and the knees as wide as your mat, or knees wide, not as wide as your mat, wider than your mat. Good. Take the elbows wide into goalpost. And we pause. See if every single breath here, we can invite a part of the body to have a little bit more ease. Good, and then slowly draw the knees towards one another. And then draw both knees into the chest. Give them a good squeeze, a little rock side to side. Keep the right knee into the chest and send the left leg long. Switch sides. Inhale, exhale. Good. Draw both knees back into the chest. Let's go ahead and cross the ankles and hold. Gently rock a little bit side to side. Good. Cross the other ankle. And gently rock side to side. Good. We'll roll to the side. Come around to a seat. One seated pose here, please. We'll take the left foot underneath, the right leg up and over for seated twist. We might sit on a little bit of a lift here underneath the hips. I'm going to use this little cushion. Just sit a little lift. The tall spine. Let's turn towards the right. And release. Prenatal one would not twist to the right, to the front. You might twist just open towards the front, towards the open side. Okay. Second side. Twist to the left. Left leg's on top. Great job, you guys. Thanks for staying with it and staying here and practicing. Nice. And slowly release, unwind. Let's come all the way down to Savasana. Now, Savasana is really the most important pose. So don't miss the Savasana. Do at least a couple minutes, okay? So come on down. If you're at home and have lots of a little bit extra time, you might do 10 to 12 minutes would be fantastic. We'll do a couple minutes together. So please, in your own space, begin to move towards final relaxation. Okay, so let's take a deep inhale. And exhale, we lay on back. Noticing the way the heart, the mind, and the body integrate now. Noticing perhaps that heart space where we placed the flower mudra earlier. Notice the sensations there, the quality of the space. Is there contraction or is there spaciousness? Is there love and ease and openness? Is there any stickiness or anything you'd like to let go or leave here? Once again, you can stay in your resting posture as long as you'd like. And when you feel ready to transition and come up, then start to make some small movements. And we'll roll to the side. And we'll come around and up to a comfortable seat. Finding your tall spine and the quality of the breath. Let's close with one round of Om to seal our practice. Please feel free to join in. Maybe taking that heart mudra again. Full deep inhalation. Exhale completely. And inhale to Om. May our practice be fruitful. May we learn from one another. And may all beings everywhere know peace. Namaste. I honor you. Thank you for being here. I just want to say thank you for showing up in real time. There's several of you guys, my regular yoga students, and some from around the country. And just yesterday, one of my coworkers, she was saying, gosh, we know these people from all over our lives, and from college and high school, and you know, they're out there, and they're all on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or whatever, and we're all here. So I just like to say that it's really fun to get to practice with people from the present moment who I know, and people from my past. One of my friends from high school is here, and that's just so fun to see after we were just having that conversation. So this video will stay up on my YouTube channel. You can share it with people, and there's other ways to connect, so let's do that too. Okay, much love. Thanks for being here.